What's good, everybody? Greg Hickman here with Alt Agency at altagency.com. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 6 ways to deliver your services like products. Now, if you're new here on this channel, we talk about how you can grow your agency, scale your agency through systems, automation, and diversifying your revenue streams beyond just selling your labor and actually getting paid for your thinking. So we release a new video every single Thursday. So go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss another episode. Let's get it going. All right, guys, like I said, I want to break down the 6 ways to deliver your services like products. And often, at least in our business, we talk a lot about productizing your business. And that is a way to kind of transform your agency. A lot of the people that come to us, they're more generalists. They serve a wide variety of businesses, and they also sort of have a large service menu, and they'll send proposals, and what they give one client is different from what they give another client. What we found is by productizing, by selling your services more like products, you have the ability to get a lot of momentum in your sales and marketing, to attract people, to have them coming to you instead of hunting them manually, and also to deliver an experience that gets your clients pretty much the exact same result that you would get from doing your done for you, but in a more leveraged and scalable, profitable way. So I want to share the 6 different ways that we've seen agencies actually productizing, because it seems like sometimes when I talk to folks that they think there's really just 1 or 2 ways, but as you really start to break it down, there are a lot more. Now, if you stay till the end, I have a bonus method for you, and I also put together a worksheet that you can opt into where we'll walk you through how to use this worksheet. We call it the Productized Service worksheet, so that you can actually unpack your own process to map out a new streamlined way to deliver your service. So without further ado, let's talk about these 6 ways. But we have to ask the question, well, what are productized services? We want to make sure we're all on the same page here. So what is a productized service? A productized service, to me, is a service that's sold and delivered with a fixed scope, a fixed price, and a fixed timeline. Now, why might you want to productize your service? The answer is fairly clear, but for a lot of reasons, the key ones to me are looking at, 1, you can run a business way more predictably, from your marketing, your acquisition, to your fulfillment. It runs more predictably because you're going to build your fulfillment, you're going to build your sales process and marketing systems around standard deliverables. Now, this could be multiple packages, this could be 1 package, it doesn't really matter, but we're building the whole offering around these standardized deliverables, and also standardized pricing. So instead of going back and forth with RFPs and slicing and dicing up your service menu line item, you're basically going to say, hey, I'm going to get you this result, and it's going to take this amount of time, and here's how much it's going to cost. So that's a way to package up your services in a way where you're selling a specific outcome, not your time and your labor. Now, most importantly, when it comes to all of this, we're doing it because we're designing with scalability in mind. If you were just looking to kind of get your clients more and better results, you're probably just going to raise your price and go all in on giving them everything and all the attention that they need. But like a traditional agency, that can only scale so high without having to just continually hire more people, which creates more of a headache. And if you're on this channel, that's probably not the path that you want to take. You want to have a lean and mean team that can produce a lot of results, a lot of revenue, and you still have a life. At least that's what I know my situation was, and hundreds of our clients feel the same way. So let's break down the 6 options. The first and most obvious is the one-off project. Now, the one-off project, an example of this is a company called Scribe Writing, formerly Book in a Box by Tucker Max. And in 4 months, you pay them, I think, $4K a month, and you have a best-selling book published, designed, looks beautiful, and you go through their step-by-step process. Another one is Great Assistant. We used Great Assistant. You basically pay them a fee. They bring me 3 different candidates for an executive assistant. We interview them and we hire one. I don't need that to be a recurring thing. Unless I'm going to need to hire an executive assistant every month, this is more of a one-off project. So do you have more of a one-off offering? If so, are you selling it as a one-off, or are you really trying to span it out and collect revenue in a monthly recurring way when it's completely unnecessary? If you're doing so, you're actually hurting yourself. And if you click around here, there's a video where I talk about how most agencies get recurring revenue wrong. Now, the second type of productizing is this notion of unlimited tasks. Now, unlimited tasks is probably how Productized came to be in the first place. There were companies like WP Curve, which was unlimited WordPress support, or Design Pickle, unlimited graphic design, and or a company that we use, Automation Agency. And this notion of unlimited is you get to have unlimited requests for a particular type of deliverable each and every day, week, and or month, depending upon the service. And they'll knock one out at a time. Most of them usually have some sort of caps and limits, possibly through different pricing, where you get more requests in a short amount of time if you pay more. But all of the kind of notion of productize, at least in my experience, has kind of spawned off of services like this that were the unlimited type of offering. Maybe you have that in your business. One thing I have noticed about those sorts of businesses, and there's obviously exceptions to the rule, is that most of the companies that are super successful in doing this model have a lot of the fulfillment overseas, so they can have a really affordable price point, but still be profitable, using staff and things like that in the Philippines. So that's not how it always is, but definitely common in my experience. Now, the next option is a recurring productized service, or a subscription, as you might call it. And examples of this would be a company like VidShops or Content Cucumber. VidShops is a company that we've used in the past. For a fixed dollar amount, they will edit 4 videos a month for me. Those are my YouTube videos. If you check out the earlier videos on this channel, you'll see some of the videos that were edited by them. And for X dollars a month, I get X videos a month. They don't roll over or anything like that. Content Cucumber is another example. X number of blog posts and or emails, things like that you can get per month from a content creation team, but you're paying for the X number of deliverables each and every month. So maybe that's what your service might look like, or could look like, if there is an ongoing need for deliverables for your client. Now, the next one is software with a service. You've heard of software as a service, SaaS. Well, this is SWAS. And SWAS are companies like Splashio. Splashio we use for those kind of micro content graphics that have the headers and the transcription. And they use a combination of their own technology and a team. Bench, for example, is a company that does bookkeeping. You have a bookkeeper, but they also use their own proprietary software. And Systemly, which was my former agency, is another example where we piggyback an existing software. It doesn't have to be a proprietary software, and our service complements that software. This is the great thing about software as a service. If you're someone who, your clientele all use the same software, like an ActiveCampaign, or in my case at the time, it was an Infusionsoft or a HubSpot, you can piggyback HubSpot users and then add a different service component to it. Maybe you onboard people into that software. Maybe everyone that uses that software needs, the 3 go-to campaigns. I see a huge opportunity for a lot of people in a lot of markets when it comes to software with a service, combining your skills with an existing software and or potentially even your own proprietary software. Number 5 is group coaching and consulting, probably the one that needs the least amount of explanation. But this is how I look at this: is done with you and one to many. And Alt Agency, my own business, is a form of that. And one of my former mentors, Dan Martell, who runs a company called SaaS Academy, he coaches SaaS founders. Now, for group coaching, group consulting, it's sort of a hybrid. There's a combination of training. Usually there's a combination of live calls and support, communities, and sometimes even in-person events. And you kind of combine those together to guide your clients to achieve a specific result. Now, I know a lot of you watching this channel, or at least if you've spoken to us, that's something that is of interest to you. So I put a training linked up below in the comment section where I walk you through the 3 steps that we took to kind of transform our agency into a group coaching and consulting business. Now, the 6th option or 6th method or style of productizing your service is just productized coaching and consulting. Now, how I look at this different from the group model is that it's really one-to-one. And this is where you can still do done for you. It can still be a one-on-one experience. An example of this is a company called UI Breakfast. They were one of the first people that I saw doing it. They work with companies to help kind of guide them through their process to optimizing their user interfaces for ease of use, conversion, things like that. So you might be really good at something and you used to do it for your client. Well, you could consult them in a one-on-one capacity and walk them through how you do it. So essentially teach them while doing it could be an example of that consulting, or just consulting them all the way through that journey. So there you have it, the 6 different options: the one-off, the unlimited, the productized consulting, the recurring service, the group coaching and consulting, the software with a service. Now, what I love about this is that you can actually combine all of these together and make a unique blend that fits you and your needs, your desires, your lifestyle choices, your business growth choices, all of those things. You can meld these things together into a little bit of a hybrid, and that creates a really interesting opportunity. And the opportunity is really this bonus method is connecting the complementary methods together. So what does that mean exactly? Well, you could take a one-off service and upsell people into a recurring service, or into a group coaching and consulting program, or even into a software with a service. Conversely, another way to look at this is you could have a group coaching and consulting experience that focuses on getting people from A to B, and then knowing that they're going to need to go from B to Z, you can just keep going in a more in-depth coaching agreement. So maybe you have a coaching program that is 60 to 90 days, and then you upsell them into a deeper engagement that takes them further on their goals, that is 12 months. Maybe you have a software with a service and you help them get set up on a software or install, the first 5 campaigns, and then you roll them into a productized consulting agreement. Or same thing, software with a service and group coaching and consulting. There's really so many different ways you can slice and dice and connect these 6 different styles of delivery so that it's unique to you and benefits and capitalizes on your unique skill sets, your existing team members, and really what your ideal prospect needs and wants and the results that they're looking to achieve. So it's not black and white. It's not like there's one option. There are a variety of ways you can start to package up your expertise in a way that will give you more of that predictability and scalability. Now, like I said, I had a little treat for you. If you click the link below, there is an opt-in to download our Productized Service worksheet. It is a worksheet that will come along with a step-by-step walkthrough video showing you one of the key steps of our process that helps you start to unpack and organize your expertise, your skills, your knowledge into a step-by-step process that can be productized, whether it's coaching or any one of these other 6 models or methods of delivery. You can get started by downloading that worksheet right now. So I hope you enjoyed this. In the comment section below, I want to hear which one of these options is going to be the option you're focusing on next when it comes to making your agency more scalable and more predictable. Until then, we'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.